There's a man inside of you right now who knows he is born to lead. You're growing and scaling from stress, not freedom. This video is not about tactics, it's about reclaiming the man you are meant to be and fully stepping into the life, the leadership, and the business that you and your family deserve. So if you are a purpose-driven man building an online business to lead your family and build your empire, but right now, no matter the hustle, the heart, the soul you've poured into your business, it still isn't where you want it to be and you're still stuck under the 20K months. This video is for you. Because the truth is, it's not that you're not working hard enough, it's that you're playing the wrong game. You're trying to build your kingdom on sand without the support, the structure, and the inner stability to hold that. Strategy without sovereignty burns you out. Isolation kills momentum, and no amount of grind can outwork a misaligned model. What you need isn't more effort. You need a system that makes you unstoppable and a way to lead, scale, and build from a place that fits your values, fits your lifestyle, and fits the legacy that you are here to build. I'm going to break down a system called the CEO method. It's part of our flagship brotherhood container called Ascension. It is designed to help you earn more, burn less, and lead as the man that you promised your family and yourself that you would become. This is the exact path that I use to scale my business from 0 to 25K months and help my clients go from 20, 30 to even 50K a month using this exact system. Before we get into it, I want to make this very clear of who this is not for. This is not for you if you're chasing tactics, shortcuts, or just one more strategy is going to solve all my problems. And if you still believe in the old narrative that you have to hustle and grind and lone wolf your way to success, this is not going to land for you. And if you're not truly ready to become the man to step into your power, peace, prosperity, and a way for you to fully embody the man that you were born to be, this isn't going to be for you. Because brotherhood in business isn't a tagline. It's a code, it's a community, it's a way of living for men like you, built on ancient wisdom, masculine leadership, and traditional values for us to build our legacy. Not just launches. If that's made you roll your eyes, go watch another strategy YouTube, because this is for the people who are ready to go deep, ready to activate and live in alignment with their true self. And what I'm about to share with you isn't from a textbook. I'm not going to quote Marcus Aurelius. This is from lived experience. I've invested nearly $100,000 into the world's best coaches, mentors across business, inner game, mental performance, and mindset work to bring this to you in the easiest, most simple way for you to understand. I spent years grinding alone, convincing myself I didn't need people around me. If I just locked in and isolated, that would get me the success. All that led to was a hustle and burnout cycle where I'd see some success and fall back into bad patterns. I'd shift something and then fall back in because I didn't have other men around me holding me accountable to the standard I want to live at. I scaled my previous business to 65K a month with a business partner, only for that to collapse. I went broke, I ended up back at home with my parents, and I really had to build from a place of truth and sovereignty and no longer play the social games that people tell you what you should want, you should need, and how you should run your business. But through this period, I rebuilt from clarity. I scaled my business from 0 to 25K a month in 9 months, not through hustle, but through alignment. I built a men's community in Bali with 600 people in the group, and every single week, 30 to 50 guys show up and I hold space for them, facilitate men's work for them without doing any marketing, purely on word of mouth, because of how important this work is. And through this process, I met the love of my life, got engaged, and truly proud of the man that I've become, of how I lead myself, lead my family, lead my clients, and lead my community. And what I'm going to break down for you in this is exactly how I've done that. Because this isn't theory, this is tested in real life right now in the world that we currently live in. So if you're ready to become the man who can hold it all, this is it. So the Sovereign CEO method is built on the Ascension pyramid, which is the 3 areas we must master as sovereign men. The first one is inner game. The second is strategy game. And the third is the execution game. So when it comes to inner game, this is the foundation of everything. This is your identity, your energy, your self-leadership. Because you don't rise by accident, you rise by design. What we have to do here is stabilize yourself, your nervous system, dissolve any self-doubt, limiting beliefs, and rebuild conviction from the inside out. If you don't have this in place first, everything else is built on sand. The second thing is strategy. Having an aligned strategy. So this is your offer, your model, your positioning. Aligning your business to your genius and not the guru playbook. Because what works for the market only works if it works for you. You have to have an aligned strategy. And what I mean by that is that if you are being told you have to send 100 DMs a day and you literally find it so difficult to do that, you're not one of these guys who can just sit there and send messages all day, but that's the only way. No wonder you're not where you want to be, because you haven't got an aligned strategy that allows you to actually enjoy that, get in flow around your genius and build it from a place of passion, flow, fulfillment. And the third thing is execution. So this is your sales rhythm, your operational simplicity, your consistency, and your embodied leadership. Because once you've got the strategy and the stability with your inner game, it's about executing with precision. No burnout, no busy work, just results. Most people operate on this level. They just go hustle down and they hustle and grind. And they're on a misaligned strategy with broken belief systems, fucked up nervous systems, and it all comes crumbling down. And this is why this process is so important, because we build each one as we go. And whatever you're stuck with, whether it's a strategy problem, in a game, execution, or you're not doing the thing you have to do, it is one of these things. So we always come back to this to ascend you into becoming a sovereign leader, to lead your business, lead your clients, lead your sales, lead yourself, to execute on what you need to do in an aligned way to scale your business to 10, 20, 50K months. And look, maybe you've heard this before. Maybe you've joined the programs. Maybe you've had the mentors. You've had the funnels, but you're still stuck. You don't need another coach. You need a proven framework, a team of brothers around you holding you accountable, that when you commit to the work, you do it because of how much you respect the men around you and the container that you're in, and a space where you can't hide, where the parts of yourself will come through, the shadows and the limitations will be held on account, be challenged, because right now, if you're avoiding doing certain work, it's because you don't have a healthy masculine energy in your life to challenge you from a healthy, loving, compassionate, and courageous place to step the fuck up. Because every single day you wait and you rehearse these ideas and you tell yourself you're going to do things and you make false promises to yourself, the doubt, the overwhelm, the confusion only gets worse. The pressure that you're feeling only gets worse until you actually fully commit to this to become the man you need to be. And to break down the scaling systems that we use is called a sovereign scaling system. So here, there's 5 core components of this, which is lead generation. Are we getting new people into our world? Lead nurture. From those people, are we getting them nurtured into becoming a hot lead? Conversions. Converting those people into paying clients. Delivery, delivering world-class results, and then retention, which is keeping those people. We operate across these 5 pillars, and we use 3 core systems, which is proximity offers around your conversion, delivery, and retention. So you have a scalable back-end system so that you can consistently sign clients, not trade time for money, maximize profitability. We have the hybrid content flywheel, which generate leads on autopilot, nurtures them through trust-building content, and converts them with ease through inbound pre-sold leads. And we have the low friction sales system, which is the anti-high pressure method that most people use, that you've probably been burnt with in the past, where people do not trust people these days. And if you're struggling to grow, it's because there's a trust deficit. So we have a low friction sales system to move people through, so it's the right time and we trust us enough to actually convert those clients over. Real life results of this system in place. We've had 10K months. We've had a 37.5K paid in full week with 10K added into MRR. We have 9K deals. We've got 10K days, 12K. And this is the proximity offer. So it's broken up into tiers of proximity. This is built on the premise that people buy people, they don't buy coaching. And for you to build a system that's scalable with you, we build it around your energy. So we have a high-end one-on-one for the people who can pay you the most. There's people in your audience who want and only want your one-on-one access. So we have a high, profitable one-on-one offer, a leverage group container. So no matter how many leads you get from the system, you can consistently onboard, stack monthly recurring revenue and build up your income. Because for you to make 20, 30, 50 grand a month, it isn't all through new business. It's through recurring revenue that comes in through the right system. And we have conversion offers to give people the opportunity to get bite-sized parts of your world to convert them into customers and then into paying clients, which will go through in the sales system. So when it comes to generating leads, we have a very, very simple set and forget audience ad. So we have a profile optimized for your ideal client. We run audience building ads to get the word out to the right people. So instead of you having to send cold DMs, We have very easy to set up set and forget ads that automates your audience growth. So you're no longer a slave to the algorithm, and they generate hot inbound leads every single day without you having to think about it. So system number 2 is your content flywheel. This is around nurturing your leads. The way that we do this is through a social profile and YouTube. People need places to binge your content and build relationships with you in the modern world. Every big creator that's killing it right now has a YouTube or has a podcast because we have to build trust. We do that through core identity, trust building content, speaking your truth, being authentic, showing your authority, and giving people the opportunity to come forward. We use Instagram stories or stories to generate inbound leads. And then we use long form content to nurture, solve problems, tell stories, and create client results. And then using that, we then have converting content to get hot inbound leads. So you may have seen ManyChat, the system that automates your DM flows, but we have strategic assets that we give to our audience to get inbound leads to send them into what we call a mini masterclass, which is your pre-selling asset, which is one video that does all of the selling for you to pre-sell, pre-qualify, and get hot, ready to buy inbound leads through this content system. So all you have to do is build the assets once and then create content and connect with your audience. So now we're generating leads on autopilot. We're getting hot, ready to buy inbound leads. Now we go into the low friction sales system. For the people who are ready to go, we simply book them into a sales call. For the people that aren't ready to go, what we do is install a cash flow rhythm using conversion offers. And what I mean by this is instead of you banging the drum and selling the same thing over and over again so your audience gets bored as fuck about your offers, we create systemized offers that we can sell to your audience and move them across, whether that's going to be live workshops, campaigns, giveaways. We strategically use ways to get people inbound to trust us, to get into sales conversations, to get into real lived live examples of how we can help them. And then we convert our clients systematically through that. And they are the 3 core client acquisition systems that we install that work for all online business models, coaching, consultant agencies, because it's built on trust versus high pressure sales technique. So Jack is a high performance coach. So what we've done over the first 16 weeks, we reduced his one-on-one clients from 22 to 10 clients whilst increasing his prices, because now he had 2 tiers and his one-on-one time became even more valuable because we successfully launched a group coaching program, which he sold out. This equaled a £42,000 month, and which is about 56K USD. And his better work-life balance. He has more time for family, personal interest, and brand building. When he came to me, it was around the unsustainable business model that left him feeling burnt out and resentful. We had no time for personal growth, family, or building the brand beyond one-on-one coaching. You might be where he's at. You're stuck in the one-to-one. You don't have a way to scale this, or you've tried to do a group program in the past and it hasn't worked. Now he's going to be focused on building his podcast, training for more events. He just run a 100-mile marathon, ultra marathon, and he's actually able to pick his child up from school now because we built the model around his life and installed these systems, and we're just about to plug in the full acquisition system to scale him to the 60, 80, 100K months and become one of the best self-development platforms in the UK and online. And I hope by now you realize this isn't just about scaling your income, it's about becoming sovereign. It isn't a funnel, it's a path. It's a path of ascension. We walk you through from clarity to cash flow, chaos to simplicity, all alongside other brothers, high performing, high value, high integrity men that are just as committed to their mission, their families, their legacy, and serving clients at their highest level. All of that through one-on-one mentorship, group containers, accountability groups, all the support you could possibly need to grow and scale your online business as a sovereign man, as a sovereign CEO, to become the man, lead the family, and build the empire in a way that allows you to create the life that you want, focus on your zone of genius, and do the things you actually love so you can fall back in love with your business and scale from a place of peace and power. So if your soul whispers yes in any part of this video, I want you to book in a roadmap call. On that call, we'll roadmap your next big income goal, whether it's 20, 30, 50K months, and we'll break down a full roadmap for you to get there. And then if we feel like it's a good fit, we'll invite you into joining Ascension, being around the other brothers, and scale through the high level of support and accountability that you will get through this container to become the man that you were born to be. And the last thing I want you to consider is every month you stay stuck costing you cash, clients, conviction, and confidence. What is it actually costing you? What is the actual tax of not taking action? And what does that actually look like for you? Because every month you're not making an extra 20K a month, it's costing you 20K a month. And what does that mean for how you show up in your family, how you show up for yourself, and knowing that you aren't doing the things that you know that you're capable of? How much longer can you make false promises to yourself and the people that are important to you, knowing that you aren't going all in on the exact thing that you know you need to do? Because this isn't about tactics. This is about you becoming the man you need to do, leading from that place, leading from integrity, and knowing that you are doing every single thing within your power to become the man, build the business, and lead your family to the freedom they deserve. The Sovereign CEO is not a business model. It is a way of life. So now you need to make a strong decision. Do you lean into faith or fear? And if this resonates with you and you're leaning to faith, I will see you on the call.